The first item for today, which is a paper presentation by the Chief Mentor, SBL Knowledge Service Limited. And the paper he'll be presenting is on the importance of digital parliament in the modern era. I believe it's queued already. The technical? Yes, it's queued already.
Yeah.
Okay. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Krishnan Nilakantan, who will be presenting our first paper for this morning. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for this opportunity. Are you able to see my slide? Hope you are able to see my slide.
Hold on.
Hello.
I see the slide. Okay, good.
Are you able to see my slides?
Yes.
Okay.
The slide is on.
I'm going to make the presentation on the importance of digital parliaments in modern era. As all of us know, technological innovations are taking over every field of our activity, and in e-governance, in ICT implementations, in parliaments, technology is taking deep inroads in this modern era. And this presentation covers the digital solution for parliaments and the features of the modern era. I would like to draw your attention to the tale of three cities in Seattle, where they have very effectively used the social networking, one of the leading technology wings of the modern day, into neighborhood planning and citizenship participation. In Chicago, the social media is being widely used for preparing participatory policies like community policing and using Twitter for budget ideas. And in Louisville, again, the social media is being used for regular Q&A sessions online. So one of the arms of the modern technology, inroads into our day-to-day life is becoming a very fast-track tool in the hands of the lawmakers and the decision makers. Now about us, SBL. SBL Knowledge Services was founded in 2005 in India. Over 15 years of existence that we have, and we offer services in turnkey technology solutions like e-governance, e-commerce, ERP, and business process management systems. We have a big team working in genealogy, and then we are certified to ISO 9001, 2015, CMMI level 3, and ISO 27001, 213, information security management systems. And the last of it, SBL is the first to implement a digital solution for a state legislature, right? And our story begins with a digital solution for a state legislative assembly that we did way back in 2014. Conceptualized, system study done, customer acceptance got, developed the software implemented from 2014 to 2016, and even today we are maintaining the system. And the laurels that we got, you can see in the newspaper clippings. Kochi-based SBL eVidhan. eVidhan is the Hindi version of legislature. We have been bagged the Civil Services Award from the HP, that is Himachal Pradesh government. Now, what is HP? HP is standing for Himachal Pradesh, and it is one of the states of India, and this is in the northernmost part of India. And you can see the Himachal Assembly overview, pictorial overview, and we have implemented a paperless e-legislature or eVidhan. Okay. Now, it has been a very advertised affair, and you will see that in 2019, February 12th, around 27 delegates from 27 countries visited HP eVidhan. And of interest to us here is this, magnified, you will see even delegates from Nigeria have gone to visit this eVidhan implementation at Himachal Pradesh. Now, let's look at the key benefits of this system. The key benefits of this eVidhan or e-legislature in Himachal Pradesh is in saving greens and wealth. What does that mean, or how was it implemented? If you look at it, over 15 crores annually was saved. That is equivalent of US dollars 2.2 million, US dollars. And most importantly, the savings resulted from use of paper. So roughly about 600 trees could be saved from being felled in 1 year. And one of the key features of the system that is implemented is a touchscreen-based ebook installed on the table of the lawmakers or honorable members, so that they can view the business, replies to the questions, bills, budget, and to see the papers laid in the house with ease, with the search. And as you know, if paper-based list of business is circulated, it is very difficult for it to be searched and focused on to a particular subject and the decision taken accordingly. Whereas with an ebook, a touch-based ebook installed on the table of each of the members, one can do a fast search, get the information that he wants instantly, and take a decision then and there itself. Now, this was from 2014 to 2017 that we implemented in Himachal Pradesh, and we are still maintaining it. Then we went on to make our own solution called the eParliament. So today the presentation for the automation software, the digital solution that we are talking for the parliaments as well as legislative assemblies is eParliament, and it is currently under implementation in the state of Kerala in India. The key features of this eParliament solution, digital solution that we have developed is an e-governance solution to transform the day-to-day operations of the legislative bodies, including the parliament of a country and the related departments, into a more efficient and transparent process. In the process, it streamlines interactions among the honorable members of the House, legislative officials, various department officials, public and media personnel. It enhances the legislation process effectively by eliminating redundant processes and automating them. And finally, implementing a paperless office, which as I explained earlier, achieved by creating a digitized, seamless interaction between the departments and honorable members with smart workflows. Now, what are the key building blocks of this eParliament digital solution? Now, here is the most important, which is relevant to this conference, is that the eParliament digital solution is a secure, sandboxed, modular architecture software solution. If you look at the first modular sandbox, is the in-house application, which consists of all applications running in the house, within the chamber as you would call it, and the key stakeholders are the Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Ministers, members, and the House staff. It contains various applications, starting with server daemon, admin application, business controller. I'll come to this a little later. If you look at the second vertical, sandboxed vertical, is an intranet application. As you would know, in a chamber, the business is transacted based on the list of business, LOB, and the intranet feeds the inputs for the list of business. So you have the question processing, the notice processing, the bill processing, all those modules are embedded into the intranet application. And the third vertical is the internet, where it permits the honorable members to be away from his seat to do the transactions with regard to the house. And finally, a mobile application which connects the honorable member or the lawmaker with the public. So it is basically a citizen member interaction platform. Now, why do we call it secure? We call it secure, or why the security is required. I will just recall two news items that appeared. One in 2020, the cyber attack on Norwegian Parliament. Basically, it was a email accounts hack, because not much of an automation, as we understand, has taken place out there. However, the email accounts have been hacked. And in 2019, the cyber attack on Australian Parliament, policymakers and cyber sovereignty. There, the server was compromised, personal data of various honorable members were taken out. And hence, it's very important, security needs to be built into a digital software solution that you are providing in the modern day Parliament. To counter such attacks, we have done the architectural fortification as a must in our approach. Now, this is truly decentralized. As I have shown you, 4 sandboxed verticals. Each one is autonomous by itself, can operate without the working of the other. The verticals are sandboxed and secure. Being modular does not have a single point failure, as I explained, and considerably less open to attack by miscreants. The reason being that if there is one huge setup, it offers rewards for somebody who is taking pains to hack into it. However, when you have a decentralized, distributed system, each one having its own sandbox of security, the chances of miscreants trying to attack the system becomes much less. Fourth is the open source technologies that we are using, and thereby higher adoption of the end users. this being open source and highly powerful with the latest cutting edge technologies added as days go by. Now we are talking about the modularly expandable is the system. I go into that. As I told, when we developed, these were the modules that were available in each of our sandboxed, secured verticals. However, in one of our current implementations, we have modularly increased them with more applications as you would see in them. Okay. Now coming to the innovation in the modern day scenario, we pack in with a virtual parliament supported by the e-book technology. In other words, in times of pandemics like this now, the COVID situation, if the parliament decides to meet over a video conferencing system, or would like to do partial from within the house and partial from using the video conferencing system, the in-house application today supports that with all the security that is promised. Second of the innovations they have incorporated is an AI and ML for question processing. Last 10 years, question and answers from a department is being fed into the system. New project status reports of each of the projects under consideration that is being fed by the department into the system. Fresh questions from honorable members are taken into the system, and answers and advisories to the departments are given by the question answer. Okay. Now, if you look at the third of the innovations that we have brought in, QR code based gate passes we have introduced. Thereby, you in the normal QR code reading with a handheld reader or a mobile reader, you will be able to verify the numbers that are embedded on a gate pass. However, you would like to go one step further to verify or incorporate the face recognition. You get my point. Immediately, it can invoke a face recognition software in the mobile that you are using for QR code reader. Focus on to the person who is holding the gate pass, and compare with the photo that we have already taken. That much of security one can go in. And finally, as I began in the initial stage, the consumer provider collaboration platform integrating social media is another very important unique feature that we have added. Talked about how the lawmakers can use the social media. As you know, North America, on an average, 214 minutes are being lost due to grid malfunctioning, right? And today, the administrators are using what they call as geotagged posts in social media, both in Facebook and Twitter, to home on to the disturbance areas, who is suffering the most, where is the cause of a particular grid failure. All those things are being taken in. Okay, so that is the power of the social media integration, which couples the members with the citizens. We move on to, this is the architecture that we have evolved for the question processing with the various feeds in like department inputs, IR systems, previous questions and answers, and a machine rule-based model that will be brought in as well. Moving on, each of the modules in our eParliament has a purpose. It is not made just for the convenience of digitalization. For example, the server daemon is an application controlling all the automation processes. The end objective, the end purpose of that particular module is automation and energy saving. In the sense, if the parliament is to meet physically in the house, just half an hour before, automatically all the machines will be switched on, and the house, when it concludes the session, automatically half an hour after the house conclusion, it will switch off the machine, thereby saving energy. Similarly, admin application, if you see, is supporting the administrator for monitoring the health of the system during the session, and it is basically used for remote diagnostics. When we say remote diagnostics, not only for a post-failure attendance, it can also predict well ahead what is going to happen, and they can take the corrective action. Similarly, if you look at business controller, it streamlines and synchronizes all operations within the house. The secretary pad can help the honorable speaker to do incognito or unseen conversation with the secretary. Ebook, ease of access, information dissemination, display module across the various assets of the house can help in transparency. And finally, we have the virtual parliament module incorporated in the in-house vertical, which permits either partial or a full virtual conferencing of the parliament to take place with safety and security built in. Now, if you look at the coordinated flow, well-coordinated flow of the software, you will see that in-house, as I told, the list of business that is transacted inside the house, the list of business flowing from the question processing, the bill processing, the notice processing, the committee processing, whole lot of things comes in here. And then the reporters module or Hansard takes care of noting down all the happenings in the house back into integrating with other modules like library management, user management, establishment management, inventory management, etc. In addition, we will have the internet for the member to attend to the work on the go, and mobile app for connecting with the citizens is also being integrated into that. Now, if you look at the impact areas, as you see, the digital archival and search and retrieval systems that we have in the eParliament helps in saving space and resources. You don't have, since the archival is digital, saving and retrieval are very easy. You don't need manpower to go, dump them, then trace them back and everything. The second thing is preparation of legislation data by Parliament Secretary and Government. It improves the efficiency and reduces the stress. Presenting data for the honorable members. Yes, it saves paper and environment because everything is available on the ebook today. And finally, transparent interaction with the citizens makes good with improved transparency with respect to the constituency. Now, the stakeholder benefits. Each of the stakeholders in the system benefit immensely. For example, the Parliament Speaker, he gets a total control over monitoring and managing of the events. It helps in seamless communication with the Secretary General of the Parliament. If you look at the members, most important thing is the ease of document access. No longer you have 100 pages of printed document, which is not searchable, which has to be physically searched through for any information. Today it is on the e-book. The Parliament Secretariat, which has got a minimal effort in preparation of daily list of business and proceedings. Gone are the days when you have to do the printing, then making sure all the honorable members get a copy of the various reports and the questions and answers. Further down, the government departments have a highest level of automation today with the e-Parliament. The public gets better look and greater transparency is achieved to the legislative process. And finally, the media and the House reports get all authentic data available without an additional redundant circulation being brought in. Now, straight away into the savings, reduces paper usage, as we said, improves decision-making process by over 100%, eliminates redundant processes, 30% improvement in efficiency. This is what was observed in Himachal Pradesh, and today we are observing in Kerala also. Results in better control and monitoring on the day-to-day working, and finally improves security with multiple levels of security layers. Indirect savings, more number of questions and notice processing through automation, 30%, 25% improvement in legislative. These are all data from Himachal Pradesh, having done it successfully and maintained it for the last 3 years. And 0% downtime, that is an important point. And you would know that before the House starts, the entire list of documentation, the LOB, would be available on the e-book of the honorable member. So neither a network nor an internet failure will affect the system at all. And 100% better decision making on online file movement over physical file management. And finally, the security, which I had talked about and I may take, what does it offer in modern era? We are currently working on speaker voice identification, so that when an honorable member gets up and speaks, automatically the system can identify who is the speaker. And the tremendous amount of effort spent on the Hansard, that is on the reporter module, today can be taken care with about 85% to 90% success rate, speech to text, in conversion. We also are including document analysis, sentiment analysis, and name entity analysis. On the image processing, the security, physical security within the Parliament is very important. Hence, we do quite a lot of video-based image processing, violence recognition, intrusion restricted area, automated number plate recognition, facial recognition with liveness. I explained with respect to the QR code, real-time crowd analysis. And all this we can scrub today using open source information accumulation like this. From n number of news media we can collate and then present it to the honorable members with a keyword search, so that they can focus on the area of issue or problem within the states. And of course, you can also bring in the hotspots in your area, the various constituencies, and look at it. And with that, I conclude my presentation. I don't know if there are questions to be taken. I can take the questions.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Krishnan. Appreciate you for that presentation. Quite an interesting one indeed. That he said a whole lot of interesting things that bordered on enhancing legislative activities, especially referring to the paperless e-vegan initiative, And he pointed out how important we will be able to move and experience virtual parliament experiences, and highlighted integrating all the activities in the legislature. And I remember he pointed out some of the benefits, to include how it gets to benefit the parliament speakers, the parliament members, the parliament secretariat, the government departments, the general public, and the media. And one of the most important things he pointed out here, especially with regards to what we're talking about today, is the fact that this entire system is truly secured, which is one of the most important aspects of our conversation here on cyber security. So thank you very much once again, Mr. Krishnan Nilakantan, for that interesting presentation.